A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. I'm Ritvika Gupta. Tonight, as part of our year-enders, we are focusing on technology. Now, small businesses both in India and globally are increasingly adopting technology to streamline operations, boost productivity and enhance customer experiences. So what technology trends are shaping the future of retail and beyond? Tonight, I'll be in an exclusive conversation with Balu Chaturvedula, SVP and Country Head of Walmart Global Tech, to understand how AI is transforming businesses, what MSMEs need to know, and all the innovative work happening at Walmart. I'm now joined live by Balu Chaturvedula, SVP and Country Head, Walmart Global Tech. Thank you so much for joining us today, Balu. Looking forward to our conversation on tech, AI, and much more.
Thank you, Ritika, for having me on your show. At Walmart, we're always busy serving what the customers want, what they want, how they want, and when they want. And a lot of things have changed ever since the pandemic has happened. Retail has come a long way. From unpredictable shipping dates to guaranteed delivery in minutes. So that's quite a bit of revolution that happened in terms of retail space is concerned. At Walmart, we are actually powering the future of retail with adaptive retail, and that's more personable and in an intelligent manner. And we use a varieties of technologies to enable such wonderful experience for our customers, and I'm happy to talk about on your show today.
Well, absolutely, reimagining retail with AI is a major focus for Walmart. Can you share how AI is fundamentally changing the customer experience?
Yeah, so at Walmart, embedding AI is, we're actually reimagining the customer experience to make the customer the way shop smarter, faster, and more efficient, right? That's crux of the problem that I think we're trying to solve. And we are using various technologies, but AI is being one of the most efficient ways of solving that particular problem. Finally, it all boils down to understanding what the customer wants or understanding the need of the customer. The better we know about the customer, the better we serve them. Right? So we always make a huge effort to understand the shopping behaviors and shopping patterns of the customers is concerned. So I'll give you an example. So let's assume the customer comes to Walmart.com. He wants to define his shopping experience using a simple query, such as, I want to do a birthday party theme or unicorn-based birthday party theme. So that's a query to a search engine. Traditionally, when you give such queries to any of the retail shopping search engines, so it'll actually give you all the items a particular category basis concerned. But we have to be smart enough to understand the intent behind the shopping. We have to understand what the customer is really expressing himself and what he really wants. So in this case, we have used generative AI to power the search, to understand such queries, to actually power the result with an assortment of everything that's required to host a birthday party, such as birthday costumes, birthday party items, cakes, anything that's related around how a birthday party should be hosted. I think that's how we are actually powering the search experience using generative AI.
Now, the retail industry is undergoing a significant transformation. What are the top technology trends you believe will shape the future of retail over the next decade or so?
I agree with you, Ritvika. Retail industry is definitely undergoing through a complete transformation. And technology is playing a very pivotal and vital role in that transformation. But to start with the basics, if you look at any life of a retail customers, there are 4 things that are very important in the life of a retail customer. They're always looking for value. They're always looking for assortment. They're always looking for trust. And finally, they're looking for a delightful experience. No matter where they shop and how they shop, these 4 things will become integral part of a retail customer. Now, tech's role is how do you comprehend all of these dimensions and create that experience with ease and more personable, intelligent. I think that's the role of the technology. Let's talk about a few of the technologies. We're talking about AI, Gen AI, and ML. I think it's pretty much in the pervasive technology across many industries and many verticals. And if I look at in retail industry, AI and Gen AI and ML will actually be a lot more pervasive in understanding the user intent through LLMs. And LLMs are going to be very, very, very powerful. And specifically in the context of retail, understanding the retail context of LLMs is going to be the next evolution of that. And it also these technologies can actually make the personalization a lot more precise and a lot more accurate, like predicting the needs of a retail consumer.
Now, at this point, I also want to talk about Walmart's Tech Center at IIT Madras, which is an exciting initiative. Could you tell us how this is driving innovation?
Earlier this year, we have launched Walmart Center for Technical Excellence, and it is with the partnership of IIT Madras. The main purpose behind this center is we want to engage with the local MSME business. We want to make sure that they do their business in more operationally viable, efficiently, and with a greater profitability. I think that's the core. And the sectors that I think we are actually working with IIT Madras is mainly in manufacturing and retail sector. These are the two sectors. How is actually IIT Madras is going to help partnering with Walmart? So we are actually focusing on 3 foundational building blocks to empower MSMEs. To begin with, we are actually enabling AI more towards like adoption of the AI and as well as digitization. I think this is the first building block that we are working with IIT Madras. Then the second thing that we are also trying to do is that we're building an open source platform to make solutions more accessible and making it convenient for everybody to use the solutions that are available. And the third important thing is we are creating a repository of case studies, and that's not only be helpful for the MSMEs in adopting the needs and output of that particular case studies, but at the same time, we're also making sure that they can reskill their employees so that they can understand what we are trying to do through the joint program. So this is how we are working with IIT Madras, and for those of the MSMEs who are watching this show who wants to leverage this partnership, and please reach out to the email address who wants to leverage this partnership, and please reach out to the email address that is shown on the screen.
Now, Walmart has developed intelligent voice assistants and automated store surveillance as well. How are these technologies enhancing both the shopping experience and operational security, within your stores?
If a customer says, hey Google, please add great value orange juice to my cart, or please add great value a loaf of bread to my cart, or even a dozen eggs. So we are doing fundamentally 2 things. That the first process of through the intelligent voice, I think we are actually trying to first detect NLP, which is the natural language processing, right? Through that, what we are actually able to do by description of the query, we are actually able to pass the query, and we can do better entity recognition. And the coolness about this is that we already know their prior purchases behavior and preferences. So from that, not only we can actually match to the entity, but we can actually bring the relative brands and make the shopping experience more personal. The second thing is we are doing natural language understanding, right? Which is very important to pass entities, but it's equally important to understand the context of the query, right? Query has to be a lot more transactional in nature. Like in this case, if the customer starts at some point, but he wants to continue on the shopping journey, so it becomes a conversational context. And NLU exactly provides a context, like what was the previous context, how does that context carry along the shopping journey, right? So we do both NLP and NLU. And we actually use voice assistants extensively in our overall ecosystem. I'll give you an example. I'll give a few examples. We have large distribution centers, and especially in grocery, the picking can be a lot more cognitive in terms of like the number of items one has to pick up. So we actually have a voice assistant where you can speak to the voice assistant and say that, hey, what is the next item from my pick list I can actually need to pick up? So we're actually bringing AI there along with the voice assistants, and we are predicting what is the right order of the items that needs to be picked so that it can be stacked on the pallet in a very meaningful way, right? So that's how we are trying to use the voice assistants. So for our customers, let's say if a customer wants to reorder something they've already ordered in the past. So what we are actually doing is that we are actually able to connect the Walmart customer accounts along with their smartphones or any of the smart devices or smart voice devices. And the customer can actually sit at their sofa or living room and place or reorder the item that they've already placed. And finally, we have actually launched something called Ask Sam, which is a voice assistant for our store associates, where the store associates can say something like, where can I find liquid soap and which aisle I can find this, and what is the number of items that are available for this particular item. Or they can even say that, hey, what is the next best task that I can do within a store. This is how we are using voice assistants through NLPs and NLUs.
It's time for a quick break. Here we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back to IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. As part of our year-enders, we are focusing on technology. And today we are in conversation with Walmart Global Tech. I'm in conversation with Balu Chaturvedula, SVP Country Head of Walmart Global Tech. And in this segment, he talks to me about Walmart's adaptive retail strategy and some of the company's tech-driven initiatives. Listen in. Now, for smaller businesses and entrepreneurs aiming to incorporate technology into their operations, what key advice would you offer, especially for those who are looking to adopt AI on a smaller scale?
I think, again, very apt question. First of all, when it comes to technology, you have to be purposeful. Technology should be always enhancing the lives of the customers. So we have to make sure that we build always purposeful tech. Don't build the tech for the sake of building the tech. The second is considering your cost. Like, you have to always start small and scale gradually. Don't think of the scale that your business not going to see that. It's very important you focus on both the cost and the scale. And at the end of the day, technology is a tool that I think by which you can power a lot of things. But the people that use technology are your associates or employees. You have to invest in upskilling them or reskilling them. It's very important dimension so that they can build the experiences that your customers love. And then finally, like with any technology, you have to use always technologies with a responsibility, specifically in the context of AI. So trust is one of the integral part of why people come and shop at one's websites. So you have to make sure that when you use underlying technology, the customers feel very safe, they're protected throughout the shopping journey.
Fantastic. Now, adaptive retail seems to be a futuristic vision Walmart is committed.
Make sure that when you use underlying technology, the customers feel very safe, they're protected throughout the shopping journey.
Fantastic. Now, adaptive retail seems to be a futuristic vision Walmart is committed to. Could you explain what this concept means?
Absolutely. I'm super excited to talk about this because I truly believe in adaptive retail is the future. So at least at Walmart, we would like to be known as we are people-led, tech-forward, omni-channel retailer that's dedicated in saving people's money and live better. So that's our motive. So let's break down our motto. So let's talk about tech-forward. The role of technology is to make shopping experience more simple and personable. That's the role of technology. Let's talk about people-led. The starting point of any shopping journey is always understanding the human need, the why and how. It's very important to get the context of like why a customer is shopping and how they are trying to shop. So customers more and more expect their retailers to be ready with the hyper personalizable recommendations. I think that's what they're always looking for. And tech should understand the context of the shopping. Tech should understand the context of how they're shopping, bring all of this together and weave a seamless, frictionless experience. I think that's the role of the tech is concerned. What we are doing at Walmart and to enable adaptive retail is that there are three fundamental shifts that we are focusing upon. To begin with, we are actually trying to drive automation across our physical and business units. I think that will continue, and that's one of the paradigm shifts that we are trying to generate. We are also making sure that we are actually unlocking our data insights in a meaningful way such that our associates are equipped with a lot more data and intelligence about our customers so they can serve them much better. And finally, we are trying to deliver very innovative and adaptive experiences. I think this is how we are fundamentally defining adaptive retail. But there is a larger context to understand how some of these technologies needs to adopt what customer is trying to do. So at a broader level, if you look at it, there are 4 shopping behaviors. I'll break down one at a time. Restocking essentials, right? Like let's talk about this is our daily consumption habits, and we know consumption habits such as I know I'm going to always buy bread, I'm also going to buy toothpaste, or I'm going to buy every week there's a bunch of eggs or milk, or we know the repeatable buying pattern. Restocking essentials is on not only helping users or customers to shop, but make sure you understand the frequency at which they are buying and bring the intelligence to the fulfillment, which means that you auto-order these items and deliver it to the customer home in a very seamless, frictionless manner, either to the fridge or to their pantry. So here, if you see, the adaptive retail is understanding the user behavior and adapting to the needs of the customer and able to help assist the customer even before what his next purchase is going to be. The second context is mission-based shopping. So as I said, like, search typically is a query-based search all the time. I go look for something and I get a lot of results. But there's a intent behind a search, right? Like for example, if I'm saying I'm buying a football jersey or I'm buying something football-related items, there could be a context that is, I want to host a football-themed party. So how do I understand the context of football-themed party and learn from his behavior patterns and then actually give all the items that are required, all the assortment that are required to host a birthday party. And that I call as mission shopping. And again, here technology learns how the customer shopping and what the intent of the shopping is behind. Then inspirational shopping. We all know the Gen Zs and Gen Alphas are always influenced by social influences. They would love to buy certain items and by looking at the social trends. And AR and VR will continue to play a significant role, right? So how do you make sure what is the most trending item in the current context, and how do you make sure that you can target that particular customer base, that they are willing to buy these social media products and bring those trending products is another way to learn about changing dynamics or demographics of the population. And finally, precision shopping. If I'm a powerful shopper, or if I'm a picky shopper, I know what I really want to buy. I'm actually going and specifically describing, this is a particular item I'm buying, like such as, I'm looking for a mobile case, or I'm looking for a car tire. So in that case, if I'm not able to serve the customer what they want, the context should be understood. And through engagement to the customer with a chat agent, we should ask further questions and actually serve the customer what they're looking for.
Innovation seems to be at the heart of Walmart's adaptive retail strategy. Can you tell us about some of the exciting projects that are currently underway?
I think the future of retail is here, according to me. I think we are all living through those moments. Future of retail largely encompasses about things like hyper-personalization, ultra-convenient, immersive experiences, right? And the technologies that cover all of this is AI, Gen AI, AR, VR, and immersive commerce. And the beauty of this is, if you want to reimagine the future of the retail, it's not about one versus other technology, how all of these technologies can come together and power what the customers are looking for. At Walmart, we have started to reimagine the future of the shopping, and we actually started to create the foundational blocks with all the technologies that I just talked about. And these will not only empower the customers with the right level of shopping engagement experience, but we're also making sure this technology is scaled to a larger audience. Few examples on how we are trying to change the paradigm of the shopping or innovation. There is an LLM called Wallaby, right? Wallaby produces fact-based responses. Today, we already engage with Walmart customers on the website with very relevant content. Like with integration of LLMs, we not only understand the context of the user much better, we can actually tone it down in a more natural way. So the users understand, and we understand the customer's need, and then we actually able to serve based on the needs of the customer, even on a tonality basis concern. So we talked about social shopping. So we are actually right now in a testing phase, and then the project is called Unity. And what we are trying to do is that we are engaging with gaming developer community. And we are using the Commerce API that we've actually built. The gaming development community can integrate with our Commerce API. And while they are playing the games, they can actually buy the merchandise using the Commerce APIs at Walmart. So that's how we are engaging with in the social space. We also have some interesting experience called Zepeto. Right? Zepeto is like online avatar platform. So what we are actually able to do is that we are integrating with Zepeto. We're making sure that we're bringing in the purchase experience along with the customer preferences that they want to buy in avatar is concerned. And it's not only the customers that we are focusing, right? Let's talk about sellers. Sellers are going to be an integral part of our business. We recently launched a global seller platform. If a seller who is interested in selling in multiple markets, because of the tax compliance and other rules, they have to set up their items and products in multiple countries, and they have to go through each one of the vetting process. But we've recently launched global seller platform, where the seller can come to one of the markets and set up their product catalog, and they can list the offers, and they can actually choose in which countries they would like to sell these products at the tick of a box. Right? We at Walmart, we are actually helping the seller community in multiple ways. We are actually bringing the demand of the customers, and we are actually able to also work with them, help them with their fulfillment processes if that's something that they want to engage with us. And supply chain digital twin. So if you, again, as I said, Walmart supply chain is large and complex in nature. So imagine you have a graphical view of all the supply chain network that you have in front of like an operation center. And let's say there is one part of the country that's impacted with a hurricane or with some other natural calamity. So if you can get an idea of looking at what your flow of inventory is concerned, and if you can rebalance your network just by moving nodes in a graphical and intuitive manner, is very powerful. So these are some of the things that we're working on as far as innovation is concerned.
And finally, as technology becomes more central to retail, what are some of the ethical and societal considerations Walmart is factoring into its tech-driven initiatives?
It's a very important question. Our guiding principles and purpose remain very constant. We use a lot of technologies, but we use it very responsibly. So in fact, one of the reasons why a lot of customers come and shop at Walmart is because of the trust, very constant. We use a lot of technologies, but we use it very responsibly. So in fact, one of the reasons why a lot of customers come and shop at Walmart is because of the trust being the paramount of it. So we have to make sure that we provide that level of transparency and security and reliability from a customer is concerned. So we have two pledges, right? So we have our digital trust commitments, Walmart's digital trust commitments, focusing on 4 areas. We focus on governance, we focus on promoting digital trust, and we focus on protecting privacy, and we focus on on cyber security. And similarly, on AI is concerned, we have a responsible AI pledge, focusing on 6 major themes around transparency, security, privacy, fairness, accountability, and customer centricity.
Fantastic. This was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, Balu. It was very insightful. I'm sure our viewers will have a lot to take away. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ritika. Thank you for having me on the show.
And with that, it's a wrap on this episode of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.